Yeah, competition's been great. Definitely raised the level of intensity this year going into the season. It's pushing us all to be better as athletes and as people, just in general. It's something that gets you to wake up in the morning and really want to get to work, and you have a lot to look forward to. And so, having a competition in there is always good for a program, and it's going to raise the level of just intensity and just the level of competition and everything throughout the whole team.
Does it feel, when they say open competition, I guess every year is technically open, but does it feel different this year in terms of the opportunity?
We try not to make it seem different. I think a lot of people can see it as it being different, but we try not to make it seem that way, just because you want everybody to come into college when you're a freshman and thinking that it's an open competition. That's the way it should be at a high-level program like Michigan State. We try to bring in the best recruits that we can, and so they're supposed to push everybody in the program that's already here already. And so, that's what we are doing right now, just competition-wise.
Are you rotating turns with the ones? Do you all take chances with every different group?
Yeah, that's seems like what's going on right now. Everybody's getting a little bit of everybody, in practice. Just getting reps with different groups of guys, just intertwining everybody. That's what's going on right now. Yeah.
How have you improved since last year as a passer, as a runner, and as a vocal leader?
Yeah, the strength staff, just for me personally, they've done a tremendous job with me. I feel like I'm getting stronger, faster, just in terms of physicality wise. But on the field stuff, Coach Johnson and us in the QB room has really raised our level, just mentally. I feel like the game for all of us has come slower. The game for all of us just seems to be more at ease. Our footwork and just reading defenses, knowing where guys are going to be, trusting our receivers, a lot of things like that seems to be working for us and seems to have improved from last season.
How difficult was it last year as a quarterback with 5 offensive linemen, and how much different is it this year? Like, what's the biggest difference, you think?
Oh yeah, it's great having linemen. Last year reps were limited. We weren't able to get what we wanted to get done throughout the whole spring ball, but now that we have groups of guys, like 3-4 groups, we're able to get as many plays in as we can. We can evaluate the talent that we have. We have the opportunity to mix groups in together, and so it seems to just practice seems a lot smoother and everything seems to flow better.
A lot of people always comment on your arm strength, and so where would you put yourself at in that area, and how do you think it might give you an advantage in this competition?
Yeah, I feel like most quarterbacks in college have a pretty good arm, and so having the arm strength is something good to have as a quarterback. But at the same time, you got to be able to control it with your mind and your accuracy and things like that. So I try to hone in on, get the ball where it needs to be on time, the quickest decisions as possible, knowing where I'm going with the ball. And so I feel like mentally, if I'm able to hone in on my arm strength mentally, it's able to carry forward onto the field and be a lot more precise.
How much different does it feel now that you got the game snaps last year? You're in there for 4 games, throw touching passes, all that stuff, versus, never just getting on the field, just confidence-wise and being able to settle in.
Yeah, realistically, I think it does give you a little bit more confidence just going into practices. But I try not to focus on what anybody did last year, including myself. I try not to think about what I did last year. I feel like that year is over with, and something that I'd like to carry forward into every practice and going into games with confidence level, leadership, and stuff like that. But I try not to focus on that too much because there's a lot of room to grow.
And everybody talks about Peyton's got all that experience, but this is your 4th year. You've spent the exact same amount of time in this offense. Do you feel like your knowledge is right on par with his? Just game experience a little different.
Yeah, I think definitely. In a business like this, just in college football in general, I feel like you kind of have to, even if you don't have the reps, you got to act like you have the reps. And a lot of coaches want to see that from a quarterback in a competition. You have to act like you've been there, even if you haven't. And so, I try to take that mindset where, I have all the confidence in the world, staying within myself, staying within what the coaches want me to do, but you got to act like you've been there before. And so, yeah, that's the mindset we like to carry with.
I apologize.
No, you're good.
What do you think is sort of like your lane in the competition, like your strength that you have over the other guys, something that you maybe do better than them? Just how would you sort of describe that, I guess, in terms of your edge as you compete with these guys?
Yeah, it's tough to say. I think we've all grown, and you know, we're continuing to grow. There's not one thing specifically where I would say that, oh, I'm just flat out better than other guys. I think I try to go into practice not focusing on that. That's for the coaches to decide. That's for the coaches to evaluate and see throughout spring ball, throughout fall camp. And so I try not to focus on that. Me personally, I just try to improve myself every day, come in ready to work as hard as I can, and, you know, see where that takes me.
What's the thing you'd most like to improve between now and the season opener?
Let's see. I think there's a lot of things I can improve. You know, just being more efficient. I think just in college, especially in learning, just learning wise, a lot of quarterbacks, we would like to get the ball out as quick as possible. We like to make it as easy as we can for the offensive line. We like to know where our guys are going to be, studying our defense, knowing what our defense does on specific coverages and stuff. And so just knowing the play basically before the play happens is something that you can always get better at, no matter how far you are into your football career. So that's one specific thing that I really want to.
More the mental than the physical?
For sure, yes.
How has the offense changed at all? I mean, what kind of adjustments has Jay made, I guess, you know, so far in spring practice?
Yeah, I don't think the offense has changed too much, but you know, we got new guys, we got young guys, and so, you know, adapting and bringing those new guys in, just kind of using their skill set to help us, and kind of little tweaks here and there with our new guys. That's really the only difference that we have in our offense. But at the end of the day, we have to work with what we have, and that's trending in the right way for sure.
Is there any change, I guess, in emphasis on certain personnel groups, like, you know, whether it's tight ends or receivers, or maybe, you know, though it's different aspects that the running backs provide that maybe that weren't there last year?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think we just have different guys, and we have a lot of skill on the offense, and so we're using different guys, you know, in packages or whatever it is, and just in formations, whatever the play is. We have some new guys, and so we have to adapt to their talent level and what they have skill-wise.
Beyond Keon and Trey, who have kind of really shined in that receiver group, that maybe guys that we haven't seen, or older guys were kind of taking that next step?
Yeah, Montori Foster has done really well in spring ball. All the young guys have come a long way as well, like Antonio Gates, Ron, Tyrone Henry. Those guys came a long way. They know the offense, and they're in there. They're playing fast at a high level right now. You know, Trey Mosley, obviously, he's one of the leaders in that receiver room, and Keon's going to do what Keon does. And yeah, I think we have a high-level group in there, and looking forward to see what we all get to once the fall comes.
How do you feel you did in the scrimmage on Saturday? Do you feel like you're demonstrating everything that you feel you're capable of demonstrating so far?
Yeah, I feel really good with what I'm doing. I think there's still room to improve, and there's still ways I can get better. I assume that the other quarterbacks feel that way as well. There's not a time or a game or a practice where we're going to feel really great about ourselves and that, oh, we did perfect. I think that the scrimmage went well, but there's a lot of things that I can improve on for sure.
Can you think of one or two plays that you're happy with? We didn't get to see it, but is there some receivers you might want to name that you hooked up with that you remember that was a good play, looks good when you went back and looked at film?
I can't point at it specifically, but I guess there's a couple things within alignment. I feel like my eyes can be at places. I don't know. It's kind of hard to speak technically here, but I think overall, I think it's just there's definitely room for improvement.
Can you talk about the touchdown pass?
The touchdown pass to Montori.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's always fun getting the ball to him. Me and him, we live next to each other, and we're in the same class, and so throwing to him is great. And I know he'll go get the ball when it's up in the air.
With Peyton having the 2 years of starting experience, Caden has a reputation. Everyone wants to see him. Are you kind of like the forgotten guy in some ways, and how do you deal with that?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the forgotten guy. I think I bring the intensity every day, and you know, I come to work, and if there's one thing that Spartan fans or anybody associated with Michigan State is that I bring intensity, you know, I bring competition, and I work hard, and they're gonna get the best out of me every day.
What's your size right now?
Size?
What are you weighing before lunch?
I like to tell myself I'm 250, so that's not realistic though. But
I like to tell myself
enough,
I'm 210.
yeah.
You're a lot bigger than you were, right? You picked up a few pounds.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
What are you now?
I'm sitting around the 190, 195 range, but still got some room to get bigger. Yeah.
I think the last time we talked to Jay, he was talking about each quarterback individually. He said that he liked what you brought in the run game. I guess, how do you describe your abilities there and what you've shown in practice and scrimmages?
Yeah, the strength staff has done a good job with me, just ability-wise, just physically, I feel faster and stronger, and so when I do get the couple chances to run a little bit, I'm not scared to do that, and so I think I've had a few opportunities in spring to do that, but it's not something that that's not who I'm trying to be necessarily, but I will if I have to, for sure.
I know this is out of your guys' hands, but the way things have gone so far, do you see this going into fall camp in terms of, do you think anything will be settled with you guys, or do you guys feel like anything's close to being settled at this position as we near the end of spring ball?
I'm not sure. I think that's for the coaching staff to decide. I don't think that necessarily matters to me right now. And whatever it is, we still have a few months until the season, and so until that first game, it's on. It's competition. You know, you got to attack every day like it's the same.
Michigan last year had a quarterback situation, and they split the first two games between the guys. Can you imagine a situation like that, or would you expect there would be a starting quarterback?
I have no idea. That's definitely a game time decision. I have no idea what the coaches are thinking on that side of things, but you know, whatever it is, it's out of my control if that happens. That's something that whatever the coaches decide to do, whether it's starter after spring ball, starter after fall camp, starter first game, whatever it is, it's something that I can't really focus on too much.
Everybody good with Noah? One more.
So what's the relationship, the dynamics like amongst you guys, the QBs, in that room when, you know, the job is up for grabs, you all want it, one guy presumably will eventually get it, you know, just how do you guys sort of interact with each other? What's that relationship like amongst you?
Yeah, we have a great room. You know, I enjoy competing with these guys, Peyton and Caton, and all the guys like Drew and everybody that's in the QB room, Coach Johnson, Jake. We all get along. We have a great room. It's a very competitive room, but at the same time, we understand that, you know, off the field, like, there's no point in being a cancer in the locker room or anything like that. And so we respect each other, and we're all pretty much, you could call it, friends with each other. And but at the same time, we know when it's on the field, it's a competition, but we know how to disperse what was right and wrong, basically.
Thanks, Noah. Thanks, Noah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yep, you too.